Bojolero, ewe, bojo mbiri chakuzana riente. Bojolero, ewe kwa oriente, ewe, bojo kino chakuzana riente. Bojolero, ewe kwanzira galente, ewe, ewe, bojo mbiri chakuzana riente. Bojolero, ewe, bojo mukaza murungi muboine riente. Bojolero, ewe kwanzira galukoriente, ewe kwanzira galukoriente, ewe, bojo kino chakuzana riente. Bojolero, ewe, bojo mbiri chakuzana riente. Bojolero, ewe kwanzira mukaza murungi muboine riente. Bojolero, ewe kwanzira galukoriente, ewe, bojo musambe tugenda riente. Bojolero, ewe, bojo mbiri chakuzana riente. Bojolero, ewe, ewe kwanza galukoriente, ewe, bojo musambe tugenda riente. Bojolero, ewe, kino chakuzana nalugoda lero, ewe, nalugoda oriente, ewe kwanza galukoriente, ewe, bojo musambe tugenda riente. Bojolero, ewe, bojo mukaza murungi muboine riente. Bojoloriente, kwanza galukoriente, ewe kwanza galukoriente, ewe, bojo musambe tugenda riente. Bojolero, ewe, bojo mukaza murungi muboine riente. Bojolero, kwanza galukoriente, ewe kwanza galukoriente, ewe kwanza musambe tugenda riente. Bojolero, ewe, bojo mbiri chakuzana riente. Kwanza galukoriente, kwanza galukoriente, ewe kwanza. Bojolero, ewe, bojo musambe tugenda riente. Bojoloriente, ewe, bojo kino chakuzana riente. Bojolero, kwanza galukoriente, ewe kwanza. Bojolero, ewe, bojo musambe tugenda riente. Bojolero, ewe, bojo mukaza murungi muboine riente. Bojoloriente, ewe, bojoloriente, ewe kwanza galukoriente, ewe kwanza. Bojolero, ewe, bojo musambe tugenda riente. Bojolero, ewe, bojo mbiri chakuzana riente. Bojolero, ewe kwanza galukoriente, lero, ewe, musambe tugenda riente. Bojoloriente, ewe, bojo kino chakuzana riente. Kwanza galukoriente, ewe kwanza galikalero, ewe, bojo kino chakuzana riente. Kwanza galukoriente, kwanza galukoriente, ewe kwanza galikalero, bojoloriente, ewe, bojo musambe tugenda riente. Bojoloriente, ewe, bojo kino chakuzana riente. Bojoloriente, ewe, bojo mukaza murungi muboine riente. Bojolero, ewe kwanza galukoriente, ewe, bojo musambe tugenda riente. Bojoloriente, ewe, bojo kino chakuzana riente. Bojoloriente, kwanza galukoriente, ewe kwanza galukoriente. Bojo, ewe, ewe kwanza galukoriente, ewe, boja musame sama tugende lyenje mutya muno.
To Ugandans, National Water and Sewerage Corporation stands strong in championing transformational change in the water sector. Under the leadership of Dr. Engineer Silvam Gisha, National Water and Sewerage Corporation embarked on an aggressive...
Thank you so much.
As we celebrate 50 years in service to Ugandans, National Water and Sewerage Corporation stands strong in championing transformational change in the water sector. Under the leadership of Dr. Engineer Silvam Gisha,
and walk through and help yourself. Once again, we would like to welcome you. On the screens, we have tried to make a recording of our story, and this will be playing. Please feel free to watch as we unveil citations of NWSC key projects, which are playing on the screens right in front of you. Through this, we are telling the story of the number of projects we have done, and you can appreciate them as it plays through. Thank you so much.
As we celebrate 50 years in service to Ugandans, National Water and Sewerage Corporation stands strong in championing transformational change in the water sector. Under the leadership of Dr. Engineer Silvam Gisha, National Water and Sewerage Corporation embarked on an aggressive Water for All program in 2014. The objective was to expand the obligation of the corporation to cover all major urban centers of Uganda.
During my 28 years, I've seen very great milestones in this corporation. We've managed to move from 23 towns of Uganda to 263 towns now, as I speak.
For the last 50 years, NWSC has traversed the nation, covering every region from the north to south and east to west, bringing clean water and sanitation to all Ugandans in urban areas. This has been achieved through the following projects: Nachivubo Waste Water Treatment Plant Project, Katosi Drinking Water Treatment Plant Project, Katosi Kampala Transmission Mains, Nachivubo and Chinawataka Sewers Network, Chinawataka Pre-Treatment and Pumping Station, Gaba 1 and 2 Water Treatment Plant Refurbishment, Arua Water Management and Development Project, Bushenyi Water Management and Development Project, Gulu Water Management and Development Project, Compact Sewerage Treatment Plants for Fort Porto and Kisoro towns, Kapchorwa Water Supply Projects, Fort portal water production improvement, Sembabule Water Supply Improvement Plant, Kapeka Water Supply Project, As we enter the next 50 years, NWSC unveils over 35 new projects to meet the challenge of providing water for all. The countrywide projects are under different stages of development and include, among others, Isingiro Mbara Water Project, Masaka Water Project.
As I said earlier, we'll be telling our story. And it's now my pleasure to invite the Deputy Managing Director, Technical Services, Engineer Mayo, to lead us through as we tell this story. Thank you so much. Tell the people that these are completed and uncompleted projects. The President will just come and unveil. We will not repeat them again.
Okay. Thank you very much. The Minister of Water and Environment and your team, the chairperson of the board and the members of the board, Your Excellencies, the ambassadors, our development partners, the members of Parliament, the invited distinguished leaders of government, local government, the resident city commissioners, and the RDCs present, and the former members of NWSC board. I want to observe protocol. I'm here, I'm Engineer Johnson Amayo. I'm the Deputy Managing Director in charge of Technical Services. I'm here to give you highlights of a number of projects we have done. And if you look at your program, which we have been able to circulate to you, we have the citation of the projects. And what you see on the screens being played are just a few of those who have been able to pick up, but I think it is in order that we take you through the projects we have done in the last couple of years, most especially in the last 3 years. We have the completed projects we have been able to accomplish. Some of them have been done by Uganda government with the support of our development partners, the various development partners, the World Bank, KfW, French Development Agency, African Development Bank. All of them are here. I'm not going to mention you by name, in all of you. We have some of the projects solely funded through by National Water and Sewerage Corporation, through internally generated resources. Of recent, we have done a number of projects through market finance, where we go to the local banks, get money, and implement projects. And some of them also are through government support, especially the what we call 100% service delivery plans. So in the last 3 years, we have completed Nakivubo Wastewater Treatment Plant. It's a project which is able to produce energy from waste. It's one of its kind, and this is up and running, and is one of those showcases. We have got the Katosi drinking water treatment plant project. We have got the Katosi, the transmission main. This is where we have done one of the biggest water treatment plants in East and Central Africa, with a capacity to produce 240 million liters of water, production capacity of the intake, and for now we have installed 160 million, and this has enabled us to build our production capacity in Kampala to 400 million liters of water per day. We have, together with the Nakivubo wastewater treatment plant, we have also done a treatment facility in the catchment of those of you who know Kampala, which captures the catchment of Kinamataka, and we have got a modern pre-treatment system that transfers the waste, the new wastewater treatment plant. We also upgraded GABA to a modern standard, and the technology in Katosi is what we have used in GABA, and that's what we call dissolved air flotation. It's a new technology which we are using, where we produce water to very, very high standards. We did complete Arua, what we call, this is under integrated, this is underwater development management program funded by World Bank, a credit to government of Uganda, and through that we're able to produce 14 million liters of water per day. That's the capacity. I must say Arua still has issues to do with the source, and our initial strategy was to make sure that the infrastructure is built and the efforts are being made to make sure that the source issues are also addressed. So for now, we have that capacity, and this has significantly improved water supply in that city. We did Busheni under the same program, and we did Gulu project under the same program, and we have introduced compact technology for managing waste from municipal waste. We started with the Fort Portal and Kisoro, and recently we also did a similar capacity system for Kirudu Hospital. And this technology is able to change waste into almost mineral water standards. Actual mineral water, if you look at what comes out of there, is like mineral water. And then we have the under market finance. We did Kapchorwa water supply project. We have improved water production capacity of Fort Portal by 3 million liters per day. And then we build Zimbabwe water treatment system of 4 million liters per day using market finance. I mean using national water resources. We have done Kapeka, partly through national water funding and government of Uganda. We have upgraded Masindi water treatment system by adding additional 3 million liters of water capacity per day. We did Boloba, we did Parombo. Parombo, we went in there when there's completely no system. And about 2 years ago, we took a decision to address the problem, and Parombo is now on water supply, being run by National Water and Sewage Corporation, and the number of customers is increasing day by day. Awila water supply system is one of those we have done. And we have also done Chegere water supply project. We are at the stage of completing Ovishoni water stabilization project. This is a project which my board of governors visited. It is along the border of Uganda with the Congo. We're extending water there, and we have completed that, by and large, that project. and it is due for technical commission. And when my board members visit in the course of next week, this is one of the projects we are going to be commissioning fully. It's up. We have the Ondopraka Water Supply Stabilization Program, Lemo 2 Solar Water Supply System, Lira Palo Solar System, Shuku, Kahobe Bulk Water Transfer, Bigodi Water Supply Extension Project, Bisozi Water Extension Project, and then we'll have the upgrade of Mukazi Water Supply Transmission. Those of you who have a copy of the program book, the projects I'm reading are actually in that program book. We have done water production improvement in Entebbe, and we have also done Kitende, Kiwamerembe Water Supply Improvement Project. We have also increased raw water supply abstraction from Kachamago Dam to Katoma. We had a recent serious challenge of drought, and we needed to ensure that the dam in Mubende, that is Katoma Dam, receives additional water, and we were able to do a bulk transfer facility. We have improved water supply to Seguku Katale, Rubaga Reservoir, Mbuya Booster, Kanisa, and many of these projects, which a number of them are in Kampala. And if you go to page, the program book number 11, we have been able to list all these projects. The Naguru Hill, Kira, Kasubi. And one would want to understand maybe the reason why we have done a lot of this in Kampala. Kampala is one of those towns which was more hit by water shortage because of its rapid expansion. So through this effort, we have been able to stabilize a water supply in Kampala, and we will continue to do more. And this helps us to leverage more resources to be able to secure market finance and do more projects in the other towns. So those are the projects we have been able to enlist, among others, which are completed. We are citing this before you, this because when His Excellency the President comes, he will just unveil them. We are not going to read these projects again, but those are the projects we have completed. Now we have a number of planned projects and the ongoing projects, which will also be unveiled. We have the Kampala Network Restructuring and Rehabilitation. This is being supported by French Development Agency and the government of Uganda. And this project will see us transfer water in bulk from the current new system we have built for Katosi, and this will be extending water to Kanyanya. And many of our customers in the northern part of Kampala will be able to see improvement through this project. We will also be improving water supply system in informal settlements in Kampala, and this project is already ongoing. And we are going through this project. We are going to install a number of prepaid meters, so that the customers who cannot afford water at the domestic level can be able to draw water from a prepaid meter point at 25 shillings per jerrycan. So this project is already ongoing, and as part of that project, we are constructing another fecal sludge treatment plant in Alukolongo, so that when your septic tank or pit latrine is filled up, the staff which is removed is transported to Nalukolongo. It is properly treated and managed properly. So the contractor is already on the ground, and we expect to complete this project in the next 2 years. We have the Mbale Water Supply and Sanitation Project, which we have already tendered, and we are going to construct a new, upgrade the current Bunkok water supply system, and we expect to put a capacity, upgrade the capacity to 27 million liters per day. And this project, once completed, it will also supply the towns of Butaleja, Busholwe, Tirini, Kadama. All the neighboring towns around Mbale will benefit from this project. We have the Karuma water treatment plant, which we are constructing, and this is targeting transporting water in bulk to Gulu City. The contractor is already on the ground, and this project will see all the towns along Karuma Gulu Highway, Minakulu, Konakamudin, the number of towns along that route will be. And the Karuma Town Council will also be supplied from this facility, and the contractor is already in place, and this is being done by Sogea Saturn, who have a history of completing projects in time, and we want to believe that in the next 2 years, we will have that project up and running. Then we have the pipeline from Karuma. The transmission main is a separate project, and this is being funded by World Bank. The Karuma treatment plant is funded by Germany through a grant, and I want to appreciate the German government for that support. And the pipeline is funded through a credit facility by IDA to government of Uganda. And the contractor is also mobilized, and we want to make sure that these two projects are completed at the same time, so that we don't have a situation where we have a waterworks and the water cannot be transferred to Gulu. We have the Ajuman water treatment plant, where we are going to get the water from River Nile, and this project has already been tendered out. We should be receiving bids soon if we haven't received them, but I think it's about in 3 or 4 days we will be receiving the bids. And we are going to we are putting a water treatment capacity of over 5 million liters per day to supply the town of Ajumani, Pakele, and the Madi Zaipi. These are 3 townships which will benefit from this project. We have the Kagera Waterworks. The contract was also awarded. The contractor is mobilizing, is fully mobilized, and this is going to see us producing over 20 million liters of water per day, and this will supply the towns between between Kagera and Mbarara. That water will be transferred in bulk to Mbarara, and this is funded by French Development Agency as a part of what we call Southwestern Cluster Project. And we have the Mbarara Water Supply Sanitation Improvement. This is still at the tender stage, and this will help us to upgrade the infrastructure within Mbarara city, so that the water which is coming from from Kagera, is able to be distributed to consumers. And we have the Masaka Water Supply and Sanitation Project. It is also at the tender stage. We are going to get water from Lake Victoria from Bukakata side, and that water will be pumped to a hill called Kako. For those of you who have seen the Lordship Her Lordship, the Mayor of Masaka City, around, we're going to transfer that water to Kako Hill, and it will gravitate to the rest of the city. Then we are doing Wakiso Waste Water and Sanitation Project. This is a project which is still at a study phase. We're now moving to detailed design, and this is being supported by the Dennis Infrastructure, Sustainable Infrastructure Finance. And we're looking towards establishing another new waterworks of capacity of 60 million liters in a place called Boerenga between Kampala and Entebbe. And when that project is done, it's going to sort out completely the problem of water supply, which is currently existing between Kampala. The stretch between Kampala and Entebbe is growing fast, but we are also doing an intermediate measure where we have started a process to extend water in bulk from our Gaba water treatment plant, whose capacity has been increased to 240 million liters under the programs which we are commissioning, unveiling today. So this bulk transfer project has already started, and in the course of the next financial year we'll be completing that, and that will alleviate the problem in Wakiso. Hoima Water Supply Improvement Program, we're doing a new water system for Hoima, and this is going to bring close to 4 million liters of water per day. Liantonde Water Supply is going to be completed by end of this month, and we're doing a new treatment plant under market finance with a capacity of about 5 million liters. And the project is on course, and that is going to see improvement in Liantonde and the neighboring towns of Rusere and where the facility is being put. Those areas are currently experiencing severe water supply challenge. Then we're doing a compact sewage system. Kirudu, I've already mentioned, it is now under defect liability period, but the system is already running. We're just doing a cleaning up activity, landscaping. And this is where, when you see the water, the waste, some people mistakenly think it is the water for drinking purpose. We're going to put warning signs that this water is not drinkable, because one can easily mistake it for drinkable water. We're also trying to, under the World Bank program, due to resource constraint, we were not able to put in place the capacity of water system we had the purpose to do for Busheni. We did the 50% capacity, and this was completed. And we have moved to do another 3 million to augment that gap. And this is a project which has also started. We are doing Chankwanzi water supply system. Chankwanzi is a water stressed area. The townships are relying on a borehole sources, and that geographical area unfortunately doesn't have a lot of groundwater. So we are getting water from River Mayanja, and we are putting a capacity of about 4 million using market finance. We have the Kalungu water supply project. Kalungu, by and large, is water stressed, and they rely on also borehole, and Kalungu is an area where there is a difficulty in securing groundwater. This project has also started. It is funded under market finance. We are going to expand Soroti water supply project. We already have the resources under market finance. We're going to upgrade Tororo. We're going to upgrade Kanungu water supply system, which Kanungu is lying on the borehole systems and the springs, and the number of consumers has increased, and therefore there's need to investigate and develop other reliable sources. So as part of the market finance, we're going to target, we are already in the process of doing the designs. Moroto water supply project, Moroto depends on the 6 boreholes with very low yield, and we have identified a source up in the mountain, and we are going to do a conventional water treatment plant. We also have the resources under the market this, and the progress has been disrupted slightly due to recent events, but this project is going to be done, and the design process is ongoing. Now we have Lira Water Supply Improvement Project under market finance. We're doing quick win improvement measures for Lira, but I also want to report that with the help of, with the support of Friendly Development Agency, we secured a grant finance to the tune of 1.3 million, where we are doing feasibility study for construction, upgrading Lira, Fort Portal, and Hoima. These 3 cities are the ones which have not received any funding in terms of infrastructure. We have done something in Arua, we have done something in Gulu, we are doing something in Lira, we are in Barara, we are in Masaka, but these 3 cities, and then also Soroti, Lira, Amirada, Tororo, and Jinja. So Jinja, we have done some work, but these 3 cities require major attention. I'm glad to report that we are now able to do a study which will help. And I'm also happy to report that His Excellency consented to the idea of securing the resources of the downstream infrastructure for those 3 towns. So we're working around the clock to make sure that we take this project through the internal other administrative procedures, going through the program working group, and then also the issues to do with the development of the committee and so on. So this is a project which we think is very critical in our efforts to make sure that the cities are well served. And now we have extension of water supply to EACOP facilities. We are doing it through in a partnership with the East African pipeline, East African Cooperation pipeline. So there are a number of sites where we are extending water supply to this. Now, other projects include Jupa Maucho 3 water supply system in Ipaida. It is a project which we started, but we had an issue of land, but I was talking with the LC5 chairman before this, that the issue of land has been addressed, and he was asking me what are we going to do. So I just want to assure him that this project is in our plan, and we'll make sure that the land which we have secured and fenced will not remain as it is. So it is in the pipeline. We have other projects. We want to supply water to Ajono that's near the border in Arua. The project started, and when COVID came, we had a disruption. After completing the Ovishon project, we are going to embark on Ajono because there are a number of infrastructure development. These are areas which are above Arua in height, so they require pumping. So all these projects are in our pipeline. Laipi Teko water supply, Parego water supply system, Pakwachi water supply production recommendation. And we are going to do Utubonga water supply system, Mbele water supply system, Remigina water and sanitation program, and then we have Kachera water supply system, Rugarama water supply extension project, Kirumoro barracks water supply extension, Kamwezi water supply improvement interventions, Muhanga water supply improvement interventions, Gisegera water supply project, Nkanka phase 2 water supply project, Kikabiro water supply project, Kakindo water extension project, Kati Kanyabuanga water supply. Some of the names are a bit of a problem for me, but just understand me that if we have mispronounced, just imagine this is what this gentleman is trying to think about. Then there's a Borenyanje extension project, Tungamba water supply stabilization interventions, Kianda water supply extension project, Katerero Kingoma water extension project, improvements in the Mpanka water treatment plant, River Chanjoki Raw water abstraction project, improvements water supply in Kabongo branch, improvement water supply in Kotido main, water supply in Serere Town Council. And Serere Town Council also relies on groundwater sources, but recently we were able to identify some high-yielding boreholes, and with the development of those boreholes, we should be able to stabilize Serere quite very well. Then we have the refurbishment of Son water works. This is a water works which is prone to landslides in the up in Mount Elgon, and we always experience challenges. If you go there now, the Son water works is sinking. We have to reconstruct the facility. Water supply project to Manafa Town Council, water supply project to Mukura Town Council, Kamuli water treatment modification and upgrade, Bukunda water supply project, Bullion Tente water supply improvement project, Kaolo piped water mini system, Luengo water supply project. That's a project when we visited with the board, we realized that Luengo has challenges, and yet they had good raw water sources, groundwater sources, which just needed to be improved. We have designed a system to be able to treat the raw water and then supply the neighboring townships within Luengo. Catablanca water supply improvement project, which we are looking at Sengewe water supply project, Muso's water supply improvement project, Kiganda water supply improvement project, Kasubi Kawala pipeline, Bantwe Hill pumping main, booster station, Namasuba Rubaga pipeline, Ntintakira pipeline, Kisasi Kungu Chanja pipeline, Nyanja Hill pumping main and booster station, Sangi Maya pipeline, Kikaju Kasenge pipeline, Kinawa Chengera pipeline, Seguku booster Lubua Hill, Lubua tank, NSSF housing estate, Chebando pumping main and booster station, and Makinde Lukuli pipeline. These are projects which majority of them are being done through National Water and Sewerage Corporation with the support from government of Uganda under a program called 100% Service Improvement Stabilization Program. So these are the projects. You can go. I think I need a lady here to take a break. But I can I could still continue, but she's taking a break at a point where I reached 75, the last project, which were put here. But there are many other programs. So I've been listed here projects done by National Water under market finance. There are those projects we are doing under 100% service delivery acceleration plan. We have projects being done with the development partners. And that's why you see them here. So this cocktail of activities is what has brought us here, partly. And we will continue to engage our local leaders with whom we have been working very closely. And that's why you see our LC5 chairmen, who are representatives of the people, are here. And we're here to tell them there's a lot of work we can do together now and in the years to come. So that's what I wanted to share with you. When His Excellency the President comes, we do not have to go through this, because he's just going to, we have listed some of these projects on the board there, and when he comes, he will just sign off, sign the completed ones, and sign those which are planned, which are also in the pipeline. And that will be it. That will be unveiling all these projects. But I want to say this. It is still our prayer that at the appropriate time, some of these projects like Katusi, Zimbabwe, which we have done, which showcase all of them, actually all, but we could pick some, which I'm sure at his appropriate time will have actual commissioning. Actual, if that will be necessary. Today, we're unveiling all these projects. Completed, those are planned, and also to make you people know, our invited guests, to know that there are things we're doing, and we'll be committing ourselves to implement them in the next 3 to 4 years. So I thank you very much for listening to me. Engineer Johnson is my name. I've summarized all this for God and my country. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Engineer Mayo. Engineer Mayo has spent a good part of 2 months looking for a suit for this occasion. He finally found one, and I think that he chose a very good color. It's good to see that engineers have time for fine details. That suggests that even in his supervision of the projects going on, he has a knack to see the finer things. And I think that sometimes that's where we all have to do some improvement in taking time to understand that the burden is usually in the fine print. And having been watching a bit of the World Cup, you notice which teams care about the fine details and which ones don't. I think one of the interesting statistics that is coming through is that some teams have a lot of possessions, and yet others have very little possession but more goals. So you've got to decide which one of the two are you looking for. Are you looking for a lot of possession, or are you looking to win the game? So it's a great way to observe things that are going on. A little bit of housekeeping. If you traveled on the two-wheeler and you decided that it is appropriate to park it behind the VIP tent, I am requesting you to come and find an alternative parking. However, if you don't hear this announcement and you do not park differently, you can as well look for that particular mode of transport from the collection point of Uganda Police Force, because they will park it for you at a fee. So if you don't have that fee, it would be a very good thing for you to move that particular transport system right about now. Talking two-wheelers, I am a proud owner of a two-wheeler myself. In a sense, Uganda is becoming more like Rome, where you need a motorbike from Monday to Friday and a car for the weekend. And generally speaking, I enjoy riding around Kampala. It is a lovely, lovely, lovely experience. And when you travel and live in other parts, like I have, unfortunately, when you come back here, you tend to enjoy Uganda a little bit more. I used to live in a place where I was asked, whereabouts do you come from? I said, I come from Uganda. Oh, Uganda. Do they have summer there? I said, what exactly do you mean? I mean like a season summer. I said, no, you need to come down there. Then you'll know that we are better blessed in abundance. So we continue to wait, and there is absolutely no problem waiting. I have just appreciated that moments like these give me the privilege of practicing and improving my patience. And if I can remember right, it must have been the Latin who said, repetitio studio et materum. In a sense, repetition is a mother of learning. So for those of us who sometimes are lacking in patience, I think opportunities like this one give us that rare privilege. Just before I thought that for the first time in my life, my umbrella will be held by a general, then I realized I might be fooling myself.
If anybody thought Uganda was not democratic, think again. That a civilian can make those comments about a general and still go home to enjoy the warmth of his bed. Probably even the wife in there. And I'm very sure Samson marries a woman wife and enjoy her warmth as well. Then Uganda is democratic. And clap for yourselves, Ugandans, for being democratic. Although some individuals want to portray Uganda as non-democratic for selfish, shallow-minded interests. And it bounces back in their face. Parade Commander, I am allowing you to remove your parade from the sun to the pavilion. Yeah, that's what it means having a general around. Generals are kind, although they don't think. If you thought generals think again. Colonels do the thinking for them.
Smother you up! Guarida! Magoso! Slow! Begone! Work! Guarida! Taondoka wanjani kwa mwendo ra Korean action! Down!
For the sake of Samson's knowledge, when you see a parade putting down their guns and walking away, it's called tembea chenyeji. Unatembea chenyeji because there is no band that is facilitating your marching. However, still, you go in lines even if it is chenyeji. And that's why you see, but Samson, do you love that combination of the head, the middle, and the bottom? Ah.
Do you see what I see?
Do you see what I see? Ladies and gentlemen, what we are seeing is the product of effective leadership of a country. That even when you cascade it, organizations like National Water and Sewage Corporation, a public corporation that has broken all traditional beliefs that public corporations cannot be run profitably. National Water, congratulations for breaking that jinx. You know, some people don't like hearing the truth, but I will speak it. And then you will have people who will tell you, without winking their eyes, nothing has been done. Look at this army, and this is Kampala alone. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Kampala alone, not the entire country. Kampala Water, congratulations. My co-facilitators and I are looking forward to the day we shall go to other regions to do a similar job. But why not? By the Samson, do you know the brain and the power behind this is a lady? This is all efforts of a lady called Honorable Kanosara Mpagwa. Kanosara, very congratulations for being a good ambassador of the EPDF in National Water and Sewage Corporation. We are proud of you. The Bible says, they shall be known by their fruits. We are seeing your fruits. Some people want to be decorated generals without work, leave alone the training. I'm not meaning the person who is around me here, but when fruits like these are seen, we celebrate the individuals. I'll be mentioning people who have worked with Kanosara to bring us here today with this parade. I had said earlier about the scarcity of water. Samson was in Nakasero Primary School, but they had no water in the school. Nakasero here, near State Lodge, which is now State House. And someone will assure you, nothing has happened. That a young lady would stand next to a general comfortably, confidently, without fearing that she may find herself where she doesn't know, is a fundamental change. Please. Please, say.
There was a time in this country when it literally was a crime to wear a wristwatch. I think then Oris, the watch Oris, was in vogue. Or to own a radio cassette player. I lived in Kansang, and for some reason, they used to like to pick wristwatches and radio cassette players. So when you are stopped at a roadblock, the first thing they would ask is hand over your watch. And then when they came home, they took the radio cassette player. In fact, I vividly remember that one day they came to the village in Kansanga, to be specific, Mtesasira zone, and indicated that the following day they would come back to pick some individuals unless a certain amount was raised. So that amount was raised, it was put in the place they had demanded, and that way the late Mr. Andaura was saved from being picked. So in many ways, I can understand those who say nothing has been done because they are very young, they have no context. And B, they are very young, they choose not to read. And C, they are too young and disconnected, they don't have the time to consult those of us who have been very responsible with life. God has decided to prolong ours. I have an arrangement with God to depart around the age of 95, and that arrangement is still standing.
I congratulate you because I know that arrangement is possible. You will find me though. I will still be waiting for you. I'm reminded some song by my former classmate, the man with the gray head, Owana. On this day, in 1983, 2nd of December, this country lost the chief of staff of the National Army. And at that time, nobody could celebrate as some people celebrated the death of General Tumwine. And in Jinja, that day, the entire market was looted by the army in anguish for the death of the chief of staff. 2, the same chief of staff, before he died, may so rest in peace, when he was appointed ambassador to Algeria, the government collapsed. Today, that is history. Since you say they don't read, then let it become our responsibility to inform them. After all, the Bible in the book of Proverbs says, the power of the young men lies in their strength. The respect of the old men lies in their gray hair. Now don't pretend that you are an old man because you have gray hair. However, ladies and gentlemen, that is part of our history. Some people may not know it. However, again it is written that when you go through circumstances that are not very pleasing, God is training you for his purpose. Uganda went through that part of the history because it's a chosen nation, a blessed one, a royal priesthood. It's us to live in that divine destiny or spoil it at our own peril. And if you do work as National Water does their work, I'm very sure every sector of this country will go where we want it to be. Service delivery. I did mention to Dr. Engineer Silva Mugisha some years ago when I went to his office that from the entrance to his office, to the building, you could see a service industry. Everybody was responsive, everybody was respectful. And for me, those are signs of a well-groomed organization. No wonder they have built what we are seeing today. Asante sana, the leadership of National Water. But you see, the reason why this lady is holding an umbrella for me is to give me shelter or a shade. An organization will perform well when the national leadership is focused, is visionary, and indeed provides the necessary environment for the necessary investment that you require to deliver services to the people. So we salute the leadership of this country. As you clap for me, it does not mean there are no people who are actually a burden to the leadership. There are those who are inside there who are either lazy or unconcerned or outrightly subversive. When National Water brought water to Bukoma Simbi and they wanted to draw water from somebody's swamp, that person belonged to a political party, and he said, I quote, "Mwagala Museveni ajatwe wanireko nti yaleta amazzi wano." That you want Museveni to come and boast in Bukoma Simbi that he brought us water. So he refused to give National Water that facility, and they had to go elsewhere. But even those ones there are there. God created them to live with them. I don't know whether he has poured water to his home. I will go and cross-check. But suffice to say, all of us have a responsibility to make a mark wherever we are. Samson is here because he's, as a person of the microphone, you have done your part, and people respect you for it. We say respect is earned, it's not commanded. As we continue to wait for the chief guest, I'm sure people who are supposed to bring water should have brought it, so that our guests keep wetting their throats, because water is life. Babuli.
You touched on something very, very interesting. I am not one naive enough to believe that in these parts, good, solid, visionary leadership is very readily and rampantly available. I don't know how easy it is to go around the country and find another engineer, Dr. Silva Mugisha. I am an ardent fan of football, and recently I saw the contract of Pep Guardiola being renewed because the team is winning. It would be very reckless to deny Pep Guardiola a contract when he's doing, a contract renewal when he's doing very well. I don't know those responsible for the employment of engineer Dr. Silva Mugisha, but if I knew them, I would have told them that they would want to do what Manchester City has done with Pep Guardiola.
Honorable Cheptoris is in the audience, the Minister of Water. He has heard you.
But as well, as a student of biblical theology, I have continued to believe in the leadership of God, and will always will, because he continues to do a stellar job. So yes, some may believe in, let us gamble and try with somebody new. You may never know. The older you grow, the more you fear gambling. But I can understand why those with time would want to gamble on positions of leadership. But again, maybe I'm saying so because every so often I keep seeing the advantages of doing a job, and some jobs just get better as you age more. I think I'm a better anchor now than I was this time last year, and I'm glad to note that I will be a much better news anchor in 2037, and I think by that time I still do know who the MD for National Water and Sewerage Corporation will be, at least if I was the one to be asked. But these things are asked of other people. Somebody has said I have earned my check. Not necessarily. I think I have earned a band of dollars somewhere. Ladies and gentlemen, we continue to wait. Some of the visible signs, I've attended some of these functions, that the chief guest is not too far, are already visible. For those who know, the young people say, if you know, you know. If you are somewhere and there's something you need to make your stay here comfortable, please raise your hand. I will provide it for as long as it is not money. A very good afternoon.
Thank you, Samson and General Kuleije. We continue to thank our staff who are participating in the parade. And I would like us to particularly appreciate management to taking this particular decision to ensure that our staff go through this process. Allow me at this time to recognize the achievements that Engineer Mayo has recounted here. But in particular, I would like to recognize the hands that have gone to make sure that this has happened. First and foremost, join me to appreciate our minister who is in our midst, the Honorable Minister of Water and Environment, Honorable Cheptoris, who has given us an amazing guidance all this time. In a similar way, with us here is the chairman of our board, Professor Engineer Dr. Badru Kigundu. Professor, you're welcome, and we thank you for continuing to give us parental guidance and strategic guidance that has led to some of these achievements. With us here also we have the director in the Ministry of Water, Engineer Yato, who is also a member of our board. And would like to welcome you here and appreciate the time you have taken to continue to give us guidance. We are blessed with the presence of our current board. Namely, we have with us here Madam Rachel Mbabazi. You are welcome. We have Honorable Kidega. You are welcome. We have retired Colonel Bazaliza. You are also welcome. And we're also blessed with the presence of the chairman of the technical committee of the board, Mr. George. You're most welcome, my own namesake here. Ladies and gentlemen, we are honored to be led by our team leader. I call him a team leader because he's an amazing leader. And I want us to appreciate our managing director, Engineer Dr. Silva Mugisha, who has led us through a number of these achievements. We are most grateful to you, sir, Engineer Dr. Silva Mugisha, for your strategic management leadership. We are blessed with a number of our former, we are blessed with the presence of our former managing director, through whom some of the initiatives that we recounted here were undertaken. Dr. William Muhairwe. Thank you for coming. Thank you for participating in the initial activities of these achievements. Ladies and gentlemen, with us here are also former members of our board. We have the immediate past board member, board chairman, Dr. Engineer Ebal. You are most welcome, Dr. Engineer Ebal, I recount very vividly the number of achievements that we got during your term. And you set the stage that has made us propel to where we are now. We're also blessed with the presence of our former board chairperson, Madam Nandiose, Christine Nandiose. Madam, you are most welcome, and we appreciate the efforts that you put to this corporation. In a similar way, with us here is our former board member, Madam Ruth Ranyaruju. You are most welcome, Madam. We want to appreciate you so vividly for the guidance, the strategic guidance that you gave that has led to this achievement. Together with this top leadership is the National Water and Sewerage Corporation top management. They are all seated in the pavilion up there, and I would like to appreciate you for continuing to work hard. A lot of work has gone into this, and we want to appreciate our staff at the top management levels, our area managers from all our towns who are present here to witness this story of 50 years. Thank you very much and congratulations. You need to clap for yourselves. We have a number of other players, the contractors, who have done a great job in performing some of the construction works under the projects that were unveiled here. And in a short while from now, we shall be recognizing them as well. But allow me in a very special way to recognize all the political leaders that are here, especially the LC5 chairpersons from all the districts of this country. You are most welcome. We appreciate your support, and we continue to hold you high as part of the people that have played a part in these achievements. But most of all, I want us to give a big hand clap to our customers. Yes, our customers. Indeed, we are what we are because of our customers. And we have said in our slogan that the customer is the reason we exist. Yes, it's because of our customers that we have been able to register the successes that we have made, because they have accepted to take our service. They have accepted to take our water. But most importantly, they have paid for the service. We thank you most sincerely. At this point, I want to request Ndere troops once again to give us an interlude of entertainment as we continue to wait. Thank you so much. As Ndere troop comes, I'll continue to recognize the presence of our board members. Madam Sarah Anyiru, you are most welcome, Madam, to join us. And Canon Josephine Kashia, board members. Thank you so much, and we appreciate all the strategic guidance that you give us that has contributed to these achievements. Leader and Ndere troops, please, the floor is yours as you continue to entertain us. Thank you so much.
You wanna be? Oh, you want to live? Oh, you want what to pay? You want to live? Oh, you want what to do? You want to live? Oh, you want my young? What to live? Oh, you want a bagage? You want to live? Oh, you want what to pay? What to live? Oh, you want my young? What to live? You want a bagage? You want to live? Oh, you want what to pay? You want to live? Oh, you want my young? What to live? Oh, go. Nale yo korole mamunache. Why dado? You want your door like that? Why dado, you want your Hokunamoro. Waye, Yawo. Belemang wajobelema, why? Belemang wajobelema, Loden. Belemang wajobelema, Idadong. What a gong, what a mong, Homeriang. Ra, Ergunya Wariga Mariaga, Modern way you. What a better with ya, Ergunya Wariga Mariaga, Modern way you. Ra, what an atteraya, young look at the venue. The way got papa, you with an atteraya, young look at the venue. What am I going to make a near the Lalotobur? Dra, with an atteraya, young look at the venue. What am I going to near the Lalotobur? Dra, what am not going to get a Ramnanya Mongo? What am I waiting to get a papa? I'm not going to get a Ramnanya Moto. Look at him, what I'm not going to get a bang. Nura munyanga monyagirebe tako yingi jemoya. Tako igare papa munyanga monyagirebe ta ngela ngi jemoya. Ejemoya unapakanya muna. Otemaya unapakanya kuring. Otemeye ya. Olem gurya mata na gwajike wonle. Lili logira. Nyaka jutu tapu nyakone. Hojiri wala mata na gali de bongrang. Homer gwiya mata na gwa to wala. Ra, kyoto na kwangile ni madio na kwalimwa. Na kongrange kala kana jigomo ya kyoto na kwangile ni madio na merbuka. Nura, ya tam lan ganga mo kido ita ko koy. Nadali. Oh, rialo griwari gwerni gwata ka lo pa kanga, nyalo go le ngalo ti gwangar go murte gwele, teteni kini aki ngari ni ayo go muru ko jome jang. Nadali. Nura, ya tam lan ganga mo ngido ita ngela. Nadali. Yari gwernya gwata ka lo pa kanga utini alo go le ngalo ti gwangar go murte gwele teten gini agi ngari ni ay go muru ko jome jang. Nadal Nura heruore jogo papa yeya onyeruore jogo go yeya panalore papa yeya to gunga kipito to yeya onyeruore jogo yeya heruore jogo go yeya Herere jogo lo mongo yeya, panamana papa yeya, togunga kipi papa yeya, wanyeruere jogo yeya. Nura, walili jeria kameki gogo ye nyaka ite papa. Mongweria kameki lo kiru nyaka ite apa. Mongweria kameki gogo ye nyaka ite toto. Mongweria kameki ye mongo nyaka ite ya. Oh, ngoriangate ya malatana jilan, da lokiru malatana jilan, da ito de malatana jilan, da koko ya malatana jilan, ojiria, okirina, bangilem, otugo, odomo, omeria, oteba, nura, yoko makina miloka tongo pene ya papa. Yoko makina kwagala tongo pinia. Kyonya kone yoko magina gwagala tongo pinia. Iweta kwe kare papa tanyara na merboka tongo pinia. Kyonya kone ya tanyara na merboka tongo pinia. Kyonya kone yoko magina gwagala tongo pinia. Kyonya kone yoko magina gwagala tongo pinia.
Iweta kwe kare papa tanyara na merboka tongo pinia. Gonya kone ya tanyara na merboka tongo pinia. Gonya kone ya komagina gwagala tongo pinia. Gonya kone ya komagina gwagala tongo pinia. Iweta kwe kare papa tanyara na merboka tongo pinia. Gonya kone ya tanyara na merboka tongo pinia. Gonya kone ya komagina gwagala tongo pinia. Gonya kone ya komagina gwagala tongo pinia. Iweta kwe kare papa tanyara na merboka tongo pinia. Gonya kone ya tanyara na merboka tongo pinia. Gonya kone ya komagina gwagala tongo pinia. Gonya kone ya komagina gwagala tongo pinia. Iweta kwe kare papa tanyara na merboka tongo pinia. Gonya kone ya tanyara na merboka tongo pinia. Gonya kone ya komagina gwagala tongo pinia. Gonya kone ya komagina gwagala tongo pinia. Iweta kwe kare papa tanyara na merboka tongo pinia. Gonya kone ya tanyara na merboka tongo pinia. Gonya kone ya komagina gwagala tongo pinia. Gonya kone ya komagina gwagala tongo pinia. Iweta kwe kare papa tanyara na merboka tongo pinia. Yati mamani gatagari tonga yolowa. Ayati mamani gagiga modingi magala. Iya ya cuma gitu toka takari tonga yolowa. Iya ya cuma gitu toka giga modingi magala. Iya ya cuma kina puda takari tonga yolowa. Iya ya cuma kina puda giga modingi magala. Ayati mamani gagiga modingi magala.
Thank you very much for that courtship dance from the Ingikara Mahjong. And the whole purpose of shaking is testing whether the young man is strong enough to defend her. Ladies and gentlemen, our chief guest is arriving on the ceremonial grounds in Kololo. And when he gets here, the following people will line up to receive him. The Honorable Minister of Water and Environment, Honorable Sam Mangusho Cheptoris. The Chairman of the Board of Directors, National Water and Sewage Corporation, Engineer Dr. Badu Chigundu. Managing Director, National Water and Sewage Corporation, Dr. Engineer Silva Mujisha. General Sam Kavuma, Member of Parliament for UPDF. Minister of State for Water, Honorable Aisha Sekindi, the Kalungu lady. And the Permanent Secretary Minister of Water and Environment, Mr. Alfred Okot Okede. Please get ready. Protocol will direct you where to stand and receive the head of state, who is our chief guest today. And after the national anthem and the East African anthem, the head of state will continue to inspect the parade while the VIPs have read, with the exception of the MD, will go and sit. But the MD and the parade commander will board the inspection jeep, or the jeep for inspection, with the head of state. The rest of you bear it. That's how protocol demands that the man who runs the organization must be with the principal as he inspects his workers or his staff. We cannot forget to say, indeed, National Water, you are celebrating 50 years. At 50, you are old enough to make new decisions. But you are also wise enough not to make silly mistakes. And National Water, you are living to this expectation. When I was undergoing military training, I was taught something called kwa nini vitu vinaonekana? Why are things seen? So when you begin seeing some of those vehicles and you see movements, then you begin to know that yes, it's about to happen. The men in uniform are Honorable General Sam Kavuma, substantively the Deputy Chief Coordinator of Operation Wealth Creation, and also Member of Parliament representing the UPDF. And you have what is Mr. Richard Ediegu representing the Inspector General of Police, and Mr. Akena representing the Commissioner General of Prisons on this occasion. I know when Samson sees those uniforms, very smart, he wants to forget how smart he is in his suit. But don't worry, like I advised you, General Kavuma has told you what to do. For you to put on the uniform you love, I hope you will do it. And if it means requesting Mr. Karisa to have NBS go to Chankwanzi, why not?
There are also some who see me on TV and want to be like.
Very much so. Especially that voice that you twist. That you twist and make everybody want to listen to you.
Wait until I sing the anthem.
And God gave you a voice to sing. Ladies and gentlemen, arriving on the ground is none other than His Excellency the President of Uganda and the Commander-in-Chief of the Uganda People's Defense Forces, General Retired Yoweri Kaguta Tebuhaburwa VII. You are most welcome, Your Excellency, the President of Uganda, to the ceremonial grounds of Kololo as we celebrate 50 years of national water and sewerage cooperation. Of course, no shaking hands. Mwakoze.
Oh, Uganda, may God uphold thee. We lay our future in thy hands. United, free for liberty, together we'll always stand. Oh, Uganda, the land of freedom, all love and labor will give. And when neighbors all other countries call, in peace and friendship we'll live. Oh, Uganda, the land that feeds us, our sun and fertile soil grown. Far around your land we shall always stand, the pall of Africa's crown. Ee Mungu twaomba uilinde Jumuiya Afrika Mashariki, tuwezeshe kuishi kwa amani, tutimize na malengo yetu. Jumuiya yetu sote tuilinde, tuwajibike, tuimarike. Umoja wetu ni nguzo yetu, idumu jumuiya yetu. Uzalendo pia mshikamano viwe msingi kwa umoja wetu, na tulinde uhuru na amani, mila zetu na desturi yetu. Jumuiya yetu sote tuilinde, tuwajibike, tuimarike. Umoja wetu ni nguzo yetu, idumu jumuiya yetu.
Tagana! Wake up! Teremsha! Slap! Tulia! Mheshimiwa Rais, gwaride mwenye iko mbele yako imewaandaliwa na kundi la maji kutoka wilaya ya Kampala. Wamejipanga kwa mistari mitatu. Wako tayari kwa kuguzwa kwako, Mheshimiwa Rais.
As His Excellency goes to inspect the parade, the rest go to sit. It's the MD, National Water, and the parade commander to accompany the President. When the President completes inspecting the parade, we shall invite Monsignor Karumba, the parish priest of Christ the King Parish, to come and lead us in prayer to bless this occasion. Special moment for Engineer Silva on that vehicle. Yes, that's how God does his things. Today is the moment for him. And the parade commander, in your lifetime, you always remember this day. Don't think the sun burned him for nothing. Those are the benefits of resilience. That's a moment very few people have chance for. I know some people are saying, "Yeah, Mama." I wish it was me. Now, Samson, you realize there are orders being given at local level. The guard commanders are telling their people to relax. Because when the head of state has completed inspecting you, you can relax. The rest remain on attention.
The first time that song was played here, it was brought here by the late President Kenneth Kaunda on one of his visits here. Tima oma, tima oma, oma,
Now the band commander is inviting the president to inspect the band, and then after inspecting the band, the parade commander shall return in command of the parade position and will proceed with the function. We shall have a group photograph at the end of the function, following unveiling of projects that will include cutting a ribbon by the chief guest. The group photograph will be attended by the following. There will be two groups. Yeah, there will be cutting of a cake, but instead of physical cutting, we will be cutting the ribbon to signify the celebration. We shall have two groups to have a group photograph with His Excellency. And group one will include chairman, board members. Group two shall include the minister, the ministers, PS, ambassadors. These ambassadors were specifically invited because they have been good partners with the National Water. I did mention that group two would include the honorable ministers, PS, the ambassador of the Federal Republic of Germany to Uganda, His Excellency Matthias Schoer, ambassador of the French Republic, His Excellency Xavier Sticker, and ambassador of the Republic of the Netherlands, His Excellency Karine Bomba.
Mheshimiwa Rais, huo ndio mwisho ya ukaguzi na kuomba kupitisha gwaride mbele yako Mheshimiwa Rais.
Well done, well done. You are recommended to continue performing that way. Once again, you are most welcome, Your Excellency the President. Shall we stand to receive the President of the Republic of Uganda and the Commander-in-Chief of the Uganda People's Defense Forces. I now invite Monsignor Kalumba. Monsignor Kalumba, the parish priest of Catholic, Christ the King Catholic Parish, to come and lead us in prayer as we seek God to bless this occasion. Murakoze, murakoze basha, murakoze, murakoze. Monsignor Kalumba ministers the capital city of Kampala Catholic community.
Lord God, we thank you for our life, which you formed basically out of water, and you continue to support with water. We thank you for the organization, National Water, that first part, I think, which the organization assists to keep clean, that our health continues. And also the second part, sewerage. We need to dispose in order to be healthy. Continue to assist the management of this organization to assist the Ugandans to have good health with the service of water. We thank you for our country and our leaders. Guide them in order to lead us in that direction of life. We make all our prayer through Christ our Lord.
Amen. Your Excellency, sir, allow me thank Monsignor Kalumba. I heard him say since it was a general commanding him, he would obey. And know it is your vocation, Monsignor, that makes you obey to minister God's people. Sir, it's now time to hand over back to the parade commander to do the march past.
Guarida! Meguso!
I think for us who can go and sit, you finish it.
Slam! Begane! Wake! Guarida! Tapita kumbeleshma! Kwa mwari Paul! Na mwari Rak! Kundi ya kwanza taongozi kwa ujumla kuya nakshoto geuk.
The slow march brings together one's ability to move as well as control movement with coordination. So depending on the size of your body, you practice how to manage that body in movement. This is how training gets rid of someone moving bila mpango.
Your Excellency, what we are witnessing today is a celebration of 50 years of National Water and Sewage Corporation. But what you are seeing before us is the workmanship of Colonel Sarah Mpabwa, whom the EPDF deployed in national water, and she has not disappointed us. Colonel Sarah Mpabwa, thank you very much. You are a cadre indeed. She didn't work alone. She has people she worked with, those who were facilitators, but those who were with her every day to produce these 1,800 cadres that have been trained over months. These people were carried through introduction to political education, the political history of Uganda, introduction to revolutionary philosophy, political economy, colonial policies, financial literacy, drill and parade, physical training, the geography of Uganda, regional economic integration, the concept of socio-economic transformation, among others. Of course, in the geography of Uganda, they covered the resource potential of this great land. The parade commander is Mr. Athaire Joseph Brian, substantively an accountant. The parade second command is Miss Akida Regina, a commercial assistant, and the parade RSM is Tracy J. Andrew, a production assistant in National Water. Enjoy the music.